Welcome to the Refusion Podcast, where we transform patient care. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive. We're going deep on a topic that's super important for healthcare providers today: online business listings. You know, we all want more patients, right? So we're going to figure out how to make your practice really stand out online and get those patients calling. Basically, this deep dive is going to make you a pro at using online listings to get more patients.
Yeah. You know, it really is like having a storefront just online. It's that first impression potential patients get when they're searching for a healthcare provider. And just like a physical storefront, those online listings got to make a good first impression, right?
Oh, absolutely. First impressions are everything. And the data shows it too. A full 97% of patients look for healthcare providers online. That's almost everyone.
Exactly. It's not just about being online. It's about being easy to find online.
I see what you mean.
Patient behavior has totally changed. Think about it. You probably do everything online these days.
Yeah.
Booking flights, finding restaurants.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, healthcare is no different. Patients want it to be easy and convenient. They want to find information fast. If they can't find you online, they'll just move on to the next provider.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So listings matter. We got that. But how do you make yours stand out? There are so many healthcare providers out there. How do you stand out from the crowd?
Well, that's where the details come in. You can't just have a listing. It has to be optimized and engaging. One simple thing that's super important is NAP consistency.
NAP consistency. What is that?
Name, address, phone number.
Oh, okay.
It's simple, right? But so many businesses get this wrong across different platforms.
Gotcha. It's about making the experience smooth for patients.
Exactly. Imagine finding a website, then checking their Google My Business profile, and the phone numbers are different or the addresses don't match.
So that's frustrating.
It's confusing, right? And it makes you less trusting. Like walking around the street and seeing a faded sign with the wrong name. Would you go in? Probably not.
No way. So NAP consistency is about building trust, right?
Yeah, it tells patients you care about those details and that you value their experience.
Gotcha. So we got the NAP consistency down.
Yeah.
But how do you make your listing engaging? How do you tell a story?
It's about going beyond just listing your services. You got to create a narrative that connects with potential patients. What makes your practice unique? Do you specialize in something? Do you have a specific approach? Weave those details into your descriptions.
I like that. It's like showing your personality and connecting with people on a deeper level. What about visuals?
Super important. High quality photos or even a virtual tour can be huge.
Yeah.
Think about it. You're more likely to go to a well-lit, clean, and welcoming practice.
For sure.
It's the same online.
So it's like giving them a sneak peek into your practice and making them feel more comfortable choosing you, like a virtual open house.
Yeah.
But visuals are just one part. We got to make booking appointments easy too.
Absolutely. In today's world, convenience is key. If a patient can find your info, see when you're available, and book in a few clicks, they're much more likely to choose you. It's all about getting rid of barriers and making things easy.
All right, let's talk about the big one, Google. You can't talk about online listings without talking about Google My Business, right?
Absolutely not. Google is where most patients start their search, so your Google My Business profile is critical. It's like having prime real estate on the busiest street.
And the presentation even mentioned that Google My Business signals impact local search ranking by 32%. That's huge.
It is. A well-optimized Google My Business profile can really boost how visible you are in local search. When someone searches for healthcare in your area, you want your practice to be the first thing they see.
Okay, I'm convinced. How do I even claim and optimize my Google My Business profile? Walk me through it.
First, just search for your practice on Google My Business. If you don't have a profile, create one. Then you verify ownership through a postcard or a phone call. Once that's done, the real work begins. You fill in all the details: services, specialties, insurance, photos, and a compelling business description.
Got it. So it's like building this online profile that answers any question a potential patient might have.
Exactly. Think like the patient. What would they find helpful? Make it clear, concise, and easy to use.
Awesome. This is great stuff. We've covered a lot, from any consistency to writing engaging descriptions to optimizing Google My Business. But there's one big piece missing: reviews.
Ah, yes. Reviews are super important.
Right.
They're like digital word of mouth. They can make or break a practice's reputation. Think about it. When you try a new restaurant or book a hotel, what's the first thing you do? Check the reviews.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Reviews give you that social proof. Potential patients can get a sense of what it's actually like to be your patient. But with all these different platforms, where should healthcare providers focus their efforts?
According to the 2021 Repugen Patient Review Survey, the top three are Google, WebMD, and Yelp. Patients use those the most.
Okay, so it's not just getting reviews, it's getting them on the right platforms. But what about negative reviews? They're bound to happen, right?
Of course. Negative reviews can be frustrating, but they're also a chance to show potential patients how you handle tough situations. The key is to respond to every review, good or bad.
Makes sense. The presentation had a good example of a professional and empathetic response to a negative review.
Yeah, acknowledging the patient's concerns, apologizing sincerely, and taking the conversation offline if needed.
Right.
It's about turning a negative into a positive.
I love that. This has been so insightful. We've covered so much, from NAP consistency and storytelling to the importance of visuals, Google My Business, and managing online reviews. Building a strong online presence is key to attracting patients.
It's not just being online, it's being strategic and creating a positive experience for potential patients. Welcome back to the deep dive. Picking up where we left off, we're in the world of online business listings and how to use them to attract more patients.
Okay, so we talked about Google My Business, but the presentation also mentioned this thing called search engine optimization, or SEO. I hear that a lot, but it honestly sounds kind of intimidating.
SEO, yeah. It might sound complicated, but it's really just about understanding how search engines work and then using that knowledge to your advantage. So think about it like this. When a patient searches for Ellis healthcare provider, Google's like a librarian trying to connect the patient's search with the best websites.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So how do we make sure that our practice's website is one of those best websites that Google shows to potential patients?
That's where keywords come in. Keywords are just the words and phrases that patients type into search engines when they're looking for healthcare. It's like the presentation, it's this great analogy. Keywords are the clues in a treasure hunt.
Okay, I see.
Leading patients to the treasure, which is your practice.
I like that. So we got to figure out which keywords patients are using and then incorporate those keywords into our online stuff.
Exactly. There are a few ways to figure out those magic keywords. First, just think like a patient. If you were searching for a provider like you, what would you type in?
Right. Just write those down.
Yeah. But there are also some great free tools out there that can help you go even deeper, like Google Keyword Planner, Uber Suggest. Those can show you search volumes, competition, related phrases.
Wow. So it's like you can see what patients are actually searching for.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So once we've got our keywords, what's next?
You got to weave them into your online listings. Use them in descriptions, titles, headings. Even encourage patients to use them in their reviews, but don't overdo it. Keyword stuffing is a big no-no.
Keyword stuffing?
Yeah, that's when you cram a bunch of keywords into your content in a way that sounds weird and unnatural.
Okay.
It makes your content sound like a robot, and it can actually hurt your search rankings. Search engines like Google are smart. They know when you're trying to cheat the system, and they will penalize you for it.
Got it. So use keywords, but don't go overboard.
Exactly. And remember, keyword research is an ongoing thing. Healthcare is always changing, so you need to keep up with trends, check out your competition, and adjust your keywords as you go.
This makes so much more sense now. So we've covered keywords and SEO. Let's go back to Google My Business for a sec. Why is it so important for healthcare providers to claim and optimize their profiles?
Remember that stat we mentioned before that Google My Business signals make up 32% of the local search ranking? That means your Google My Business profile is crucial in determining if your practice even shows up in local searches.
So if we want local patients, we got to make sure our Google My Business profile is awesome.
Totally. Think of it as your virtual front door, your local SEO powerhouse, and your reputation hub all rolled into one. It's where patients can find your contact info, hours, photos, reviews, and even book appointments directly.
Wow, that's a lot packed into one profile. It sounds like having a good Google My Business profile is a must for any healthcare practice that wants to be found online.
It really is. And the best part, it's free. Just claim your listing, fill out all the details, and keep it updated. It's easy, but it can make a big difference in attracting new patients.
Okay, I'm sold. Let's say I haven't claimed my Google My Business profile yet. How do I start?
Easy. Go to Google My Business and search for your practice. If you don't have a listing, you can create one. Then verify ownership, usually through a postcard or phone call.
Got it. And once it's verified, what do I focus on?
You got to make your listing shine. Fill every section with good info, use your keywords, add some great photos, and ask your patients to leave reviews. It's like creating a virtual tour of your practice to show potential patients why they should choose you.
This is making me want to go update my profile right now.
Do it.
But let's switch gears and talk about reviews. We mentioned them before, but I want to dig a little deeper. They're really important, right?
Oh yeah, reviews are huge. They're like the lifeblood of your online reputation, and they have a massive impact on patient decisions. Would you trust a product or service with 0 reviews? Probably not.
True. The stats from the 2023 Bright Local Consumer Survey and the Repugen Patient Review Survey were pretty crazy. 98% of people read online reviews for local businesses, and 81% of patients specifically look at online reviews before choosing a healthcare provider.
Yeah, the numbers don't lie. Patients are relying on reviews more than ever. It's not just about having reviews, it's about having good reviews on the right platforms.
Right. We talked about those top 3, Google, WebMD, and Yelp. Is there anything else healthcare providers should do to manage their reviews well?
For sure. Don't just sit around and wait for reviews to show up. Be proactive. Keep an eye on your online profiles, ask your patients for feedback, and respond to every review, both good and bad, in a timely and professional way.
So it's about actively shaping your online reputation, not just letting it happen randomly. What are some things healthcare providers can do to be more proactive?
It's easier than you think. First, set up review notifications so you know when someone leaves a review. That way you can respond quickly and address any issues. Second, check your online profiles regularly, at least once a week, to see what people are saying. And finally, take a look at all the patient feedback you get and see if there are any patterns or areas where you could improve.
Those are great tips. It sounds like being proactive with reviews can really pay off.
Yeah.
Is there anything else healthcare providers can do to make it easier for patients to leave reviews?
Absolutely. Make sure you tell patients exactly how to leave a review. You can put instructions on your website, email signature, or even on printed stuff in your office. You could even give them a card with a QR code or a link that goes straight to your review profile.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered a lot about managing online listings, understanding SEO and keywords, and navigating the world of reviews. What about those negative reviews that pop up sometimes? How should we handle those?
Ugh. Negative reviews can be tough, but they're a chance to show potential patients how much you care about their satisfaction and that you're professional. The key is to respond thoughtfully and authentically.
The presentation really emphasized how important it is to personalize your responses and address the patient's concerns directly.
Yeah, start by acknowledging the issue, apologize, and if you can, offer a solution. If it's a complicated or sensitive issue, you might want to take the conversation offline. Remember, you want to try to turn that negative experience into a positive one.
So it's about empathy and transparency when dealing with negative reviews.
Exactly. Showing empathy and that you want to make things right can really build trust with current and future patients.
And we're back for the final part of our deep dive into online business listings for healthcare providers. We've learned so much already, from optimizing our Google My Business profile to dealing with those tricky online reviews. But now I want to talk about something that can actually make all this easier. Repugen.
Yeah, it's true. Managing your online presence can feel overwhelming, especially for busy healthcare providers.
So tell me about it.
Well, Repugen is here to help. It's a one-stop platform designed to streamline all those essential tasks we've been talking about.
So it's like having a personal assistant for my online reputation.
It's even better than that. Think of it as your online reputation command center. Repugen helps you get more reviews, handle negative feedback, and keep your online listings consistent across all those different platforms.
Okay, so it takes everything we've discussed and makes it simpler, more efficient. But tell me a little more about how it actually works.
Sure. Repugen has a few core features that really make managing your online reputation easier. First, it helps you collect more patient reviews by automating those review requests. No more sending them out manually.
Nice.
Second, it lets you see all your reviews from Google, WebMD, Yelp, all in one place.
So I don't have to check each site individually.
Exactly. You can see everything on a single dashboard. Much easier to stay on top of things.
Yeah.
And third, it gives you the tools to respond to those reviews professionally and effectively, whether they're good or bad.
That sounds amazing. But the presentation also mentioned some extra services that Repugen offers. What are those about?
Well, Repugen goes beyond just managing reviews. It helps you use those positive reviews for marketing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For example, it can create these eye-catching widgets that display your great reviews on your website or social media. It can even help you integrate your reviews into your ads.
Interesting. So it's not just managing reviews, it's actually using them to get more patients.
Exactly. It's a whole package that takes the guesswork out of online reputation management and helps you really make the most of your positive feedback.
So Repugen can really save healthcare providers time and effort. But Like we talked about before, managing your online presence isn't a one-time thing, it's ongoing. How does Repugen help with that?
Repugen helps you stay ahead of the game. It provides automatic reports and analytics so you can track your progress over time and see where you can improve.
So I can see what's working, what's not.
Yeah. It also keeps you updated on the latest best practices and provides support along the way to help you reach your goals.
This has been an incredible deep dive into online business listings. We've gone from the very basics, like NAP consistency and Google My Business, to the power of reviews and staying on top of your online reputation. Repugen sounds like it could be a game changer for healthcare providers who want to simplify all of this.
It can be. Repugen gives healthcare providers the power to take control of their online reputation. And these days, a strong online presence isn't a nice to have, it's essential.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of online business listings. We hope you learned a lot and feel equipped to attract more patients and grow your practice. And remember, Repugen is here to help every step of the way. Thanks for listening to the Repugen Podcast, your path to better healthcare.